Hi, I work at Anderson Elementary. This is my story for AEP 858. I chose to take Anderson's data, and compare it to the state data on Kansas Can. I chose the standard for this project, ISTE 4B, to collaborate, to establish metrics, collect and analyze data, interpret results, and share findings to improve staff performance and student learning. I think this would be a great presentation to show my staff at a staff meeting, just to kind of see what we compare to with the state, to just interpret those results and find out how we can improve ourselves as staff members and how we can help our students be successful. So the first thing we'll look at is the gender percentages. At Anderson, it's pretty close to the state, as you can see in this graph, yellow being the state, blue being Anderson. Just a couple percents off, males being a little bit lower than the state, females being a little bit higher. At my building, we have 651 students enrolled, and in the district, we have 50,566 students enrolled. So pretty big school and a very large district in Kansas. Then we go into race and ethnicity, which at my school is very different than the state percentages. If you look at African American, we're Anderson's in blue, we're at 18%, with the state only at 7%, so about half there, or a little bit more. And then we go over to Hispanic, and Anderson has a lot more Hispanic students than the state, us being at 51%. And then white students, we have far less than the state, being only at 21%, and then others is pretty similar. I was actually pretty surprised at this. I knew that we had a high rate of Hispanic students, but I was surprised at the big gap between the state white ethnicity group. Economic disadvantages, the state being in green and Anderson being in pink, is another one where there's pretty huge gaps. I work at a school, Anderson's Title I, and is in a very low poverty area of Wichita. So our economic disadvantage is up to 90%, with the state being at 50%, and then non-economic disadvantages only being 10%, with the state being 58%. 90% is very high, but I also am surprised our state. I feel like that's pretty high for a whole state average to be at 51%. Now looking at attendance. Mainly I was just looking at 2017 since that's the most recent. It's pretty similar all across the board. I was actually pretty surprised that we were comparable to the state, just being a tiny bit under the state, just 0.3, and actually more than the district average. I feel like we're constantly talking about attendance and how we can help get our students to school, being in a low poverty area of town, trying to help with transportation. We also have uniforms, so trying to make sure students have uniforms that they can wear to school. I was surprised that our attendance percentage was so good and was up there with the state and the district. So that looks pretty good. Then the district dropout rate. I work at an elementary school, so we didn't have a percentage for a dropout rate. We're quite a bit higher than the state. Our district is at 3.3%, looking at 2016, and the state being at 1.7%. So I would be curious to see what we're doing in our district to help decrease that number closer to what the state average is. Then looking at math, ELA, and science. This first graph is math. Pretty comparable. Our building and state is pretty comparable, but a little bit higher in level 1 than the state. Over here I have the key. Level 1 indicates students that show a limited ability to understand the knowledge needed for college and career. Level 2 indicating the students that have a basic ability. Level 3 an effective ability, and level 4 an excellent ability. So we don't have very many, if at all, in the level 4 in math. A small percent in level 3, pretty good amount in our level 2, and a pretty big amount in orange in math. Looking at ELA, quite a bit higher than the state in level 4. Level 2 is pretty comparable across the board. Looking like a little bit smaller in levels 3 and 4. Then in science, again, pretty comparable to the state, much lower than the district, which is good. Close to comparable in level 2, and looking pretty good in level 3, just not very many in our level 4, indicating an excellent ability to understand. So what do we want to be? These are some of our goals: improve attendance, improve student scores, definitely looking at those last 3 graphs, getting those scores up there. Hire and retain highly qualified staff members. Being a Title I school, a lot of our staff members are turned over quite a bit. Improve student readiness for college and career. Continue to teach our students to be kind. That's something we're really working on at our school. Improve parent involvement. Again, that's something we're really working on. We don't have a whole lot of parent involvement at our school, so we keep doing things to try to get them involved. And then my last standard, VG2B, create school-based strategic and tactical goals. I think this is very important to have goals and have things that we are trying to achieve. And here is my reference page, and that is all.